I don't even know how to say it because I can't say it without thinking to myself, I don't believe the numbers. How can you possibly have 260 million subscribers for your service by the year 2024?
Well, it's Disney. I mean, Disney's amazing. They have an incredible brand. They have an incredible product and incredible execution, really. I think they priced the product correctly, and they've done a phenomenal job in the rollout. I mean, like you said, 95 million, 14 months after the launch is quite impressive.
There's been some scrutiny with regard to just how much they can actually make with that, given the price point that they are charging. Is this a situation where we can expect to see the price continue to go higher? I know because I'm one of the subscribers. My daughter watches a lot of Disney Plus content, but I'm just assuming that to keep producing WandaVisions, to keep producing things like The Mandalorian and all the other original content, it's going to require that much more money. How much of that is going to come from subscriber fees in the future?
Well, you raised a good point about the cost of content. It is really incredible, but it's incredible across the industry. And I think Disney has the huge benefit that they are a content machine. I mean, think about their box office, right? They have more hits than any other company out there, any other studio out there. They really dominate the market share in the box office historically when the theaters obviously were open. They do a phenomenal job with content. And so they already have their pipeline of content from their movie studios, which they'll also filter onto the streaming service right now more directly, but eventually, after another window after the theaters. And then they have the original content they make. And since their hit rate tends to be better than their peers, I'm not saying it takes less money to really, fill the streaming service, but I think they just have a lot more success. So it's probably a little bit easier. It is expensive. It is a lot of money they're continuing to put into it, a couple $1 billion a year into Disney Plus. But to your original question, they are planning on raising the price on Disney Plus next month. So we will see a price hike, and they are a traditional company in the way that they care about profitability, and they will eventually hit profitability. Their break-even rate for this product is projected for 2024. We actually think it'll come sooner. But yes, they will raise the price slightly. I think it's still a very attractively priced product, and they do put a lot of money into it.
Alexia, I mean, you bring up the idea of traditional. Can we talk? I mean, over the years, I've read your research reports, many other analysts' research reports on Disney, and we always focused, in large parts, on the theme park operations and the other parts of the business at Disney. But it seems like these days, the only thing people care about is the streaming numbers. How much of the idea of Disney being not just streaming, but also a massive theme park operator is going to be part of the investment thesis as we emerge from COVID?
I think it's a great question because it is a big company and they have a ton of other businesses that do quite well. I thought it was interesting last night on the conference call. The questions actually, skewed a little bit more toward the traditional business than we've heard for the last, 12 months. And I think that is indicative of the fact, one, the streaming business is becoming slightly more mature in the sense it's up and running and it's up and running smoothly. So there's probably less to nitpick on. And then the second thing is as we get to more of a reopening in the economy, the traditional businesses become back as a bit of a focus. Now, you're right, it's 100% focused, or I should say 90% focused on the streaming service, and that is the growth engine of the company and will continue to be the focus. But I think the traditional business will become more topical going forward over the next 6 to 12 months.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.